North Korea denounces NATO, US as most serious threat to global peace.
Here's a summary of the article.
North Korea said on Saturday it most strongly denounces our NATO declaration accusing Pyongyang of helping Russia's war against Ukraine and US efforts to expand its alliances with the bloc and Asian countries. NATO leaders on Wednesday accused North Korea and Iran of fueling Russia's war by providing direct military support to Moscow. The summit also stressed a membership pledge for Kyiv and took a stronger stance on China's support for Moscow. The Washington Summit Declaration, cooked up and made public on July 10, goes to prove that the US and NATO, reduced to a tool for its confrontation, pose the most serious threat to the global peace and security. North Korea's state media KCNA quoted a foreign ministry spokesperson as saying, it said the US moves to expand military blocs with NATO countries and Asian partners, including South Korea and Japan, were the vicious root cause of seriously threatening the regional peace, extremely exacerbating the international security environment and sparking off worldwide arms race. On the sidelines of the summit, South Korea and the United States signed guidelines on establishing an integrated system of extended deterrence for the Korean Peninsula to counter nuclear and military threats from North Korea. North Korea's defense ministry criticized those guidelines as reckless provocation, making Pyongyang enhance its own nuclear deterrence capability.
This post received a score of 3,300, with an upvote ratio of 90%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Said by regime that killed teens for watching soap operas.
NATO and US fault, of course.
North Korea, you turned them against me.
Only a Kim deals in absolutes.
You were supposed to destroy the Kims, not join them.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Kim Jong-il?
Once again, an accusation that is an admission.
They really are exhibiting a level of, I know you are but what am I? The likes of which we've never seen before.
We've all seen it, as children.
NATO is literally the reason we've had relative world peace since 1949.
Yeah, but the propaganda wants you to think it's the opposite. To some people it's quite efficient in doing so.
For the first time since 2013, New Jersey residents are being treated to the city's biggest fireworks celebration this July 4th. The 10,000 free tickets Mayor Eric Adams was offering have all been claimed, but a number of venues from the High Line to Hudson Yards are selling fancy $100 plus tickets to their rooftop parties and viewing points. There are still plenty of places to take in the great views for free, no tickets required.
NATO was put in place to protect those within the organization. Ukraine has never been a part of NATO. The war is quite the opposite of a black mark, and became a huge, if not the sole reason, that Sweden and Finland applied for membership the same year the invasion began.
Ukraine war is exactly a reminder that a number of these wars would have already happened if not for NATO. Had George Bush had his way back then and Ukraine joined NATO, this wouldn't have happened. I'm not sure Ukraine was truly ready to be a part of NATO when Bush was president, but I do agree that if they had joined back then this war wouldn't be going on. Lol, look who's talking. FK off North Korea. I love it when they think anyone gives a fuck what they have to say. Very, shut up, Meg. Vibes.
Mutual defense pacts that are very public have historically worked very well. NATO has meant that none of its member countries have been attacked by conventional armies since its founding.
I don't understand how a defense pact is a threat anyway. Isn't anyone claiming that it is telling on themselves and their motives to attack?
Yes, but they say this dumb shit for propaganda and for far-right window lickers.
Window lickers is the perfect term because the lack of maturity is obvious when someone sees two people fighting and one side says, well, if the other person would just lose, this would be over, and thinks that is a viable solution is seriously window licking.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.